Oh man. Okay, Daily Tanya for Thursday, 14th of Kislev, December 4th. Okay, only a few more days left till we finish the whole Tanya. And the overview of today's Tanya, which is essay number 6, King David praises the Torah as being like a melody. And he's punished for that because calling the Torah a melody undermines the true value of Torah. What was his intention? It was the incredible cosmic impact of Torah, meaning how the seeming minutiae of mitzvahs can affect entire systems of nature. He fell short because the worldly effect of Torah is not its highest praise. It pales in comparison to its being God's pleasurable delight, transcending worldly faith entirely. So the back, we're about to quote a verse from Shmuel Beis, Samuel 2. It says when, the story goes that when David triumphantly brought back the ark from its captivity in the hands of the Philistines, it was placed on a wagon. He forgot that you cannot put the Torah on a wagon. You have to carry it by shoulder. So he forgot a very basic halacha. Commenting on this episode, our sages teach that David's forgetfulness came as a punishment for his having referred to the laws of the Torah as songs.
What?
What?
What was the punishment?
Forgetful is punishment for having referred to the laws of the Torah as songs. Songs,
Supposedly he wrote them, so why would he? Why is he referring?
He didn't write the Torah. He didn't write the Torah. He wrote the Tehillim. He's talking about the Torah. He called Torah a song. Understand?
It is a song in places. Absolutely.
Okay. So now you have a good point. So let's see what the controversy is. So you have to understand what's the issue. Let's see. Zemiris, so quotes from the Talmud starts with David Zemiris Karslu. David, you call them songs? Question mark, exclamation mark. Like you call them songs. In the Zohar, we find the expression, the praise of Torah and its song. I mean, the Torah is a hymn and a song to God. And we find in other places.
Shir.
Right? It says, write this shira. The mitzvah of writing a Torah is write the shira, write the song. Okay, that's hazinu, whatever. But the point is, it's not unheard of to call the Torah a song. So let's understand, what is the praise of God when a particular object is forbidden or permitted? What is it? What's the so wait a second. The Zohar states that the praise of Torah and its song. So Torah is praise of God and it's a song. So I guess there's 2 points of mentioning that. One is it is a song, but also it's called praise. Let's get away from song for a second. What's the praise that you want to sing out loud when something is forbidden or permitted? If Torah is ultimately a guidebook to do's and don'ts of how to live life, where's the what's the praise? Kosher, not kosher? Hallelujah. Like, what are you singing? Anyways, a similar concept is implicit in the verse, how great are your works, O God, your thoughts are very deep. And there you see that the verse is prefacing the greatness of deed, works as deed, to thoughts. So we're trying to understand, what is physical stuff, God's handiwork, and what is so praiseworthy when the Torah says something is, I guess you can whittle down Torah to, good and not good, kosher, not kosher, or allowed, and prohibited. As is known, all the worlds, the exalted and lowly, are dependent on the meticulous performance of a single mitzvah. For example, if an altar offering is valid, then that carbon achieves a supernal union in the sirot. It's affected, and all the worlds are elevated to receive the life force and spiritual sustenance. Like by a carbon, I guess gives the example. A carbon was like, direct connection from the highest to the lowest. So, yet if there was one, the eyelid of the animal was slit, sorry, everybody's, wearing their temple clothes and the Kayan's there and no, one slit of the eyelid of the animal, the whole thing's off. So why is that? So he says, he gives an example. However, if the celebrant altered the precise requirements, if, for example, he received, it gives out the slit eyelid, he says, if the Kayan received the blood of the offering with his left hand, which you have to receive with your right hand, or in an invalid vessel, or there was a separation, you're holding it, you're saying, between your hand is, you're wearing gloves when you're holding the ball. Then all the elevations of the worlds that would have been accomplished are nullified.
Wow.
As if the life force and sustenance, as is the life force and sustenance they would have received from the source of life, the Ein Sof Blessed be. So too, now in our days, through the use of valid tefillin, there is revealed the supernal intellect of Zer Anpin and Nukva. There's a revelation of Zah and Malchut of Atzilut, the source of life for all the worlds. Yet, through the omission of one required detail, they are invalidated, and the intellect departs. Next page, the same applies to the detailed requirements of the prohibitory commandments. A single detail affects all the worlds. Let one therefore ponder how great are the works of God in the multiplicity of worlds and all their hosts. And all of these are literally null relative to any one of the specific requirements of the Torah. For it is the profundity so you're seeing that influx of infinite energy is only if you do the Torah, you do the mitzvah. You don't, not getting it. So obviously the influx of energy is way greater. Everything else is like so dependent on it. For it is the profundity of the supreme thought and divine wisdom. For through the observance of one minor specification, all the worlds ascend and receive their life force and spiritual sustenance, or the reverse, God forbid. From this we may ponder the prodigious profundity of God. Prodigious?
Yeah.
The great brilliance and depth of God's thought, which is boundless and endless, and which is infinitely transcends the vitality of all the worlds. For their entire vivifying power issues from a minor requirement of God's thought. Right? You have one detail of the Torah will make or break one detail of the Torah is the whole world gets its extra energy from. This requirement being drawn from the source and in the depth of God's thought. Analogously, man's hair issues from his brain, whatever that means exactly, as is known from Tikkun Zer and Ider Rabbah. This was the delight of King David, may he rest in peace, as he sang to gladden his heart in his Torah study during his time of anguish.
Where
So
are you
basically-
reading about his hair?
third to last, end of the page, towards the end of the page. The point is, here's the deal. King David, this is defending King David, calling the Torah a song, because he was in a very, depressing time on the run, and he would say the Torah, is the Torah is like a song to me. It gladdens me. What was he meaning on a deeper level? That the praise of Torah, the Torah is so great that one detail of the Torah outweighs the whole world. The whole world is dependent on one detail of the Torah to get renewed energy, infinite influx from Hashem's deepest, level.
Wow.
Smirot
So-
is perfectly okay